Good afternoon and welcome again to today's Membership Benefits Orientation webinar presented by the New York Wine and Grape Foundation. My name is Julie Purpura Hosbach and I'm the Education and Member Services Manager at the Foundation, and joining me today is Paul Brady, our New York Wines Brand Ambassador, and Jennifer Cooper, our Events Manager. Before we officially kick off, I want to thank you for your involvement in the New York Wine and Grape Foundation this year. We're looking forward to new and exciting initiatives. As you may know from our focus group sessions and strategic planning process, we know that educational resources like this, as well as more tools for capacity building in areas like marketing and sales, would be welcomed by our members. We plan on continuing to build our educational programming both online and in person. Stay tuned for more webinars, and if you have any requests for a specific topic, you can feel free to email or call me. I will put my contact information in the chat toolbar. For those of you new to Foundation membership or considering it, we are excited to share. We just co-put on the Business Day of Bev New York conference in Rochester, New York. And for everyone that is a member, we will be sharing our recordings of our keynote speaker, Ray Isle from the Food and Wine magazine, as well as some panel presentations we had. Also, we have an upcoming major event in New York City on March 31st. It's our New York Drinks New York Grand Tasting at the Rainbow Room. Now back to business at hand today. If you are new to Zoom, there's a toolbar that you can scroll over and a feature for Q&A. If you have any questions for any of us at any time, please use that Q&A feature. It will pop up and let us know you have a question. It can be anonymous, and we can answer it live, or one of us can type in the answers for you. You can also use the chat bar feature if you want to communicate to us. But if you have a question, please use that Q&A feature. You don't have to take notes today. A copy of this PowerPoint and the recording will be sent to everybody, but you're welcome to take notes if you'd like. So we're going to kick it off and talk briefly first a little bit about the New York Wine and Grape Foundation and its history. So it is now in its 35th year, and it was created by New York State law in 1985 to represent all sectors of the grape industry and centralized coordination of promotion and research. It has a board with 11 directors from diverse participants in the state's grape industry. A couple of years ago in 2017, we had our executive director leadership change to Sam Filler, and we conducted throughout 2017 and 2018 a lot of strategic planning processes and membership benchmarking while visiting many regions throughout the state to get our members' feedback. Our mission is to promote the world-class image of New York grapes and wines from our diverse regions to responsibly benefit farmers, producers, and consumers through innovative marketing, research, communication, and advocacy. It is our vision to become the world's premier region for cool and cold climate viticulture. You can see that we have several different foundation objectives in order to accomplish this mission. I won't bore you by reading through each of these. But these are how we focus and help us decide our programming that we offer to all of our constituents. I will highlight that we are a member-driven organization which strives to improve the retention, engagement, development, growth, and service to our constituents. Just recently, we completed and released a 2019 Economic Impact Study. Currently, $6.5 billion is the direct economic impact generated by the wine and grape industries in New York State. There are currently 471 active wineries in New York State, 35,000 acres of vineyards in New York State, and 4.71 million tourist visits. So the various foundation programs that we offer include, and this is what we're going to talk about a little bit more in detail today, our export program, which you may also know as MAP, our New York Wine Classic program, which is our competitions program, New York Drinks New York program. We have a wine competition subsidy program, a wine lab subsidy program, the New York Wine Tourism Marketing Toolkit, educational programming including webinars, trainings, and events, Wine Trail Program, and Research and Policy Resources. So right now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Paul Brady, to talk to you a little bit more about our export program.
Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon, everyone. So as Julie mentioned, our export program, occasionally shortened to MAP, which stands for Market Access Program. The foundation has been receiving USDA funds for I want to say around the last 27 years annually to market the brand of New York wines and also individual wineries who are members of the export program in specifically markets abroad. So there are, in most years, certain large international trade shows that the foundation participates in and travels to, either representing the wineries as the foundation or also often with various members of the export program who work for the wineries, whether they're winery representatives, winemakers, owners. There have been all sorts of opportunities for different members of wineries to participate in these trips over the years. A few of the trade shows that we have participated in over the last couple of program phases include Van Expo in France. Last year, Van Expo, and historically it had been in Bordeaux. And then this year, I believe for the first time, we did participate. It was in Paris. And there is still talk as to if that will remain in Paris or go back to Bordeaux for future phases of Van Expo in France. The largest wine show in the world, I believe, is still ProWine, which is in Dusseldorf, Germany. And that has been another mainstay of the foundation's export program over the last many years, and will likely continue to be in years future. We do also have a marketing agent and a presence in Asia. Last year there was a show in mainland China in Chengdu, and also in previous years we have participated in Van Expo Hong Kong. And there are some wines being imported into both China and Japan from New York presently. We do use these USDA funds as well to bring trade from markets abroad to New York, both to New York City as well as the wine regions. In my time, which is just over the last 2 years, we have brought trade from Asia as well as the UK, France, and Canada. Hope I'm not forgetting any. Speaking of Canada, there has been new efforts to use some of our export funds as well as some additional funding that we get to break into Ontario. And those efforts are ongoing. We do have a marketing agent in Ontario, and there is a campaign right now to introduce the first New York wine section to the LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board Ontario, and it is their province monopoly for purchasing wine, beer, and liquor in Ontario. And it's also the largest alcohol purchaser in the world. And that effort is ongoing presently. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't believe so. The participation fee to join the export program is $300 initially, and then there's a $150 fee for each market that you would like to participate in, whether that's the UK or Asia or Western Europe, Canada. And you don't necessarily have to be a member of the export program to send wines to some of the international trade shows that we participate in. But we do encourage that you join the export program if you are going to take advantage of those trade shows, just to receive all the other various perks of the program. So hopefully I'm not forgetting anything there. If you do have questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat bar. And I'll hand it over to Jen, who will talk about our wine competition.
Good afternoon. So this year's classic wine competition is only New York wines. The classic will be held the 3rd through the 5th, 2020 in Watkins Glen at the Harbor Hotel. Members get a discount of $15 per entry on all of their entries. And winners will have a select amount of marketing tools at their fingertips to use as a result of any winnings that they have from the Classic. There's also a Winery of the Year award, where wineries who have at least 7 entries can win Best of Class awards. Depending on what we have entered in each class. Information for the Classic will probably come out in May regarding entries. That's pretty much all we have for the Classic. I'm going to move right into the New York Drinks New York program. It's in its 9th year, and basically the New York Drinks New York will promote New York wines in New York City by bringing the wine to the folks in the city, and also bringing the industry professionals from the city to the various regions in New York State to help them make connections and cultivate connections with wineries that are participating in the program. Last year we had 2 Finger Lakes trips, one in July and one in January. We have a Harvest House visit that takes place in the Finger Lakes. We also had a Hudson Valley trip and a Long Island trip. Paul was able to host several trade and media development events in New York City. And then we have our grand tasting event, which is coming up the 31st of March at the Rainbow Room, as Julie mentioned. Members actually get anywhere from $100 to $500 off particular participation fees, depending on what we have going on. Paul, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
I'll
turn it back over to Julie.
Thanks, Jen. Thank you, Paul. So moving on, we have a wine competition subsidy program where we assist New York wineries with gaining recognition for their high quality wines produced across the state. And members save 50% off entrance fees, and non-members save 25%. And this is on approved wine competitions that you can view on our website through March 31st, 2020. Also, any gold and 90 and above medals received or accolades received do get posted on our foundation website, which I put into the chat toolbar as my colleagues were talking. Any questions so far before we go on? All right, continuing on, our Wine Lab Subsidy program. This New York Wine and Grape Foundation is pleased to subsidize the testing services provided by the New York State Wine Analytical Laboratory to all New York bonded wineries. The New York State Wine Analytical Laboratory offers over 25 different chemical, microbiological, and sensory analyses at our facility at Cornell's Agritech in Geneva, New York. And once again, our members receive 50% off Wine Lab services. Non-members of at wineries in New York State receive 25% subsidy on Wine Lab services. And again, you can learn more on our website. Cornell will bill the New York Wine and Grape Foundation for your services, and then we will send you a bill for the balance due depending on whether or not you are a member or not. Another program of ours is our educational offerings, and this includes various ongoing webinars and events. So we have monthly webinars that are often conducted by our business associate partners and members on various topics from tax services, insurance, litigation, ADA site compliance, climate change, energy savings. There's a wide gamut of various topics that are provided. And you can see the upcoming ones. As I said, they're scheduled every month and posted. You can register for our next two, which March 25th, we have one on how to make sure that you are gearing up for having everything in place for having safe and healthy employees as well as guests. And that's being conducted by American National. And then on April 15th, we are having one that is by Solar Energy that is going to talk to you about various energy savings that are open to you. And we are scheduled out. May and June will be posted soon. As I said, you can check out the events section on our website to find out more and register, or feel free to email me. We also offer TIPS training. TIPS stands for Training Intervention Procedures. It's on the safe service of alcohol and helps limit your liability in the case of an incident. It's highly regarded or looked highly upon to have, and can help you in defense and lower any fees you may, as well as it's just a great business practice to have your employees have TIPS training. So members save $20. We do member TIPS training for $35 a person, and non-members it's $55 a person. Traditionally, we typically offer these in May and June around the Finger Lakes area. But if you're interested in possibly getting a bunch of wineries together in a different region, please reach out to me, and we are happy to try to accommodate. The Vine Hotline was created last year in order to help our members tackle the complex issues of alcohol regulations and excise taxes, tax credits, tax preparation, grant applications, business planning, and more. We've partnered with our business associate member, Mingle Metzger Bar and Company, to provide you with this members-only help desk. So you can submit questions to them and receive a response within 48 hours. It is confidential, and you'll be answered by Tony Santanato at Mingle Metzger Bar and Company. Last year, we also released our New York Wine Tourism Marketing Toolkit. This was created to provide practical marketing advice on how to increase visitation to tasting rooms and elevate visitors' experience, thus making New York State a world premier tourism destination. And the toolkit basically breaks down profiles into 3 different target categories. So millennials, female wine is life, kind of Gen Xers, and then baby boomers, and talks through strategies and ideas on how to motivate them to visit. But that definitely catering to them, you know, is we are, as New York State, a hot region to visit within the United States. The toolkit offers specific operational tactics that wineries and wine trails can deploy to generate greater brand loyalty from visitor targets. And again, that is a member-only benefit. So it is password protected. And if you're interested in receiving a copy, you can email me and I will be happy to send it to you. Market and policy resources. So we do provide FIVS updates to our members. FIVS is a worldwide federation designed to serve the wine, beer, and spirits sectors. Since 1951, FIVS has been serving the interests of the alcohol beverage industry on an international scale. They work to promote a successful industry in an environment free from trade distorting factors of all kinds. The Wine Market Council infographics and reports provide wine market knowledge, trends, insights, and intelligence essential to all tiers of the wine industry. And so our members will receive access to summaries of these reports as they become available to us. And we already talked about our webinars, tips trainings. Other educational resources include in-person trainings and consulting and tasting events. If you're interested, members save on all of these offerings. You can contact me with any questions. And just a few New York Wine and Grape Foundation updates. Member retention as of December 31st was around 88% for wineries, 85% for growers, 88% for business associates, and around 90% for our consumer members, which we're really proud of. For membership growth as of January 19th, the number of active members were 130 wineries, 52 growers, 69 business associates, and 53 consumer members. We did unveil a new branding from Uncork New York to Boldly New York in August 2019. For more information on that, you can find it on our website under our news section, as well as under resources if you'd like to utilize our new logo. And certainly you can ask us any questions or for more information. Future programs, we are always looking to improve the services and benefits we offer to our members. So we are investigating purchasing and cost savings programs, professional services and capacity building for our members, and as well as new market access programs, including partnering with Liquor Store Association, New York Restaurant Association, and other online partners. Relatively newer to the foundation is our consumer membership. So we offer a Vine biweekly newsletter full of insiders, tips and information, tastings, upcoming events across the state for our consumer members. We offer discounts on various events we have, which include our New York Wine Classic dinners and New York Drinks New York Grand Tasting that we've already talked about. That's coming up on March 31st. We have a monthly online virtual tasting series, and this has actually been opened up to all of our members and the general public. So each month we talk about a different varietal. February was Syrah Shiraz. Coming up in March is Gewürztraminer. We try 3 wines from 3 different regions around the state. And these are featured from member wineries only. And we open it up to the public. They are posted on our YouTube channel. If you've missed any, it can be a great staff development, staff training retreat, as well as information to provide. We talk about wine appreciation steps and useful tips for promoting your wines in the tasting room. And we provide a welcome package to all of our new consumer members. Just to recap, if you're considering joining our membership for the first time, for wineries, the starting threshold is for under 5,000 gallons, and that is $300. And then from there, it's based on equation, based on your size of gallon production. And because our membership is on an ongoing 12-month from the date that you make payment, dues are conducted from the previous year that you have completed. So if you are becoming a member in February, then you would probably use, your most recent January to December 2019 statistics. If you join in June, you can still use that same data. So it's your most previous year's annual production, which we recognize does change from year to year. And if you're a grower, it's based on size as well, but based on acreage. So if you produce up to 30 acres, it's $25. From 31 to 60 acres, it's $50. And over 60 acres, it's $100. And that wraps up our webinar today. If you have any further questions, you can contact Valerie Ross, who is our Director of Programs and Marketing, or myself. Again, Julie, I am the Education and Member Services Manager with our emails. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you so much for joining us today. I am not seeing any come through. If you think of any questions or want to ask them privately, you are welcome to email me. As I said, I will send a copy of this recording with the notes out. Usually it takes within 24 hours, I receive a copy to the recording to share. And thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day.